Hey, what's up YouTube? So today we got a special video for you guys. I'm going to show you guys how to relocate the fuse box underneath the battery. Now you can do this for the 2.0T or the 3.8. It still works the same way for either or. Also guys, I want to apologize in advance. The car was towed to me and I have a steep driveway, so I'm unable to really push it up there. So we're going to be doing the install out on the street today. So I apologize in advance for the extra noise in this install video. So the fuse box is pretty simple to take off. You got 10 mil right here and 10 mil right there. Then you got this clip back here that you need to take off. Once we got the fuse box taken off, down here you would actually have a arm that's right here in the way, and they will be zip tied just like this, but we already cut the zip ties off and moved the arm. Once you cut that zip tie, you're able to pretty much press this down and around it and take it off completely like so. Once you have the fuse box pushed to the side, you're going to take the 10 millimeter that's holding on this bracket off, and this one as well. See how there's 10 mil holding on this bracket? Because these brackets are pretty much useless now, so you just take them off and move them to the side. Alright guys, next thing we'll be doing is pretty much taking off the strut bar or moving it to the side. So these are 14 millimeters on both sides. There's two over here and two over there. I'm going to take them off real quick. Now I got the strut bar kind of moved out of the way. We're going to take out the battery now. So there's a 12 millimeter over here, the 10 millimeters on here, and then down here there's usually another 12 millimeter. And then we're going to go ahead and pull this out, pull the battery out, and we'll go on to our next step. Alright, so the battery's taken out, and now we have these two 12 millimeters bolts sticking out right here. So we're going to take these out, and we're going to pretty much take out this battery tray. So now we got our battery tray taken out. I went ahead and rinsed it off as well to clean up just a little bit. And you can pretty much see this is how the battery would sit in the corner of the car. And you can see down here that there's a big, pretty much like hump right here, which allows that bolt to be bolted down. In reality, all you need is just one bolt to hold this tray in place. So what we're going to be doing is pretty much cutting this area right here out. And so I have a sawzall right here, and we're pretty much going to be cutting up a little bit and then cutting this whole area out. That way the fuse box can fit right in here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this up real quick and show you guys what it looks like when it's finished. All right guys, and after some cutting, this is what it's going to look like. So it's not the cleanest. I mean, I could go back with a Germo and like shave everything else down, but you don't really need to do that for this. You just need to make sure that this long part is really cut off. That's all you really need to do. But yeah, let's go ahead and put this back in, and we'll go ahead and pretty much put everything back together, and I'll show you guys how to put in the fuse box in this area. Yeah, so before we go ahead and put on our fuse box tray, we're gonna have to actually cut around here, so you can go ahead and give this harness some extra space to move back, because this harness right here has to go back a little bit in order for the fuse box to fit perfectly right here. So all we're going to do pretty much is cut up to about right here, this plastic piece pretty much, and just cut up to like right here all around. That way this harness can get pushed back more, and then our fuse box should be able to sit flush right there. All right guys, now that we have this pretty much cut up to right here, we can pretty much put our fuse box and mount it right here. All right guys, and this is what the fuse box is going to look like tucked away down there. You don't have to cut this part out. I actually just cut this part out because this customer is getting a nitrous kit installed, and I want to hide everything. So I'm going to put the solenoids over here and then make custom lines going all the way to the front to the intake manifold underneath it. So you guys don't have to cut this out, but you guys do have to cut around here. So that's pretty much what it's going to look like. You can see the wiring, how we had to cut this over here in order for the fuse box to have some clearance right there. What I'm going to do now pretty much is just tie this down. Pretty much just put everything back on, tying down the bolt that holds this, and put the battery on, and then just test everything out, make sure everything's clean. And just like that guys, everything is back on. The fuse box has been successfully relocated underneath the battery. So you can see I pretty much like zip tied it right there, just so this harness can have as much room away from this wastegate and from this down pipe that's going to come right here. So if you guys are doing a top mount turbo setup just like this, I highly recommend putting that fuse box right underneath that battery. I also recommend heat reflect taping all these electrical lines that are also down here. I didn't do it right now, but later down the road I'm going to recommend doing it for the customer, so he can supply it to me and I can just go ahead and take the harness out and pretty much just wrap all that up and make it look really nice. And then I also recommend putting a custom heat shield right here, or you can get one from Coupe store as well. Anyways guys, that's pretty much it for this install or DIY for you guys. I know a lot of you guys have been looking on forums and on the Facebook pages on how to do it, so hopefully this provides some clarity for you guys and helps you guys out do it yourselves. Anyways guys, I'll go ahead and see you back here in the next video. Peace out.